All right, Cowboy Nation, I know you guys heard the news. Kellen Moore will interview via Zoom meeting. Shout out to Kellen Moore for getting the interview. It's always a plus. It's always beautiful to know that you're working within the confines of your career to elevate yourself, and that's what we all strive to be. Now, I mentioned a couple of weeks ago that sometimes interviews can throw your focus off. You'll be so excited for the opportunity that you tend to lack on your concentration of what you're trying to do as it relates to your goal. And by Kellen Moore entertaining that let us know that, hey, he got an itch. He got an itch to be a head coach. And we all want people to grow. I'm not saying that you don't, right? But it's better to have someone that's willing to fight for your team, right? And remove all distractions and say, hey, I appreciate the opportunity, but for right now, my goal, my mindset is to get to the Super Bowl. Is to lead my troops of guys, or my group of guys, to the Super Bowl through the playoffs. Now, I'll be naive to say that, he's not thinking about ultimately winning the Super Bowl, but let's be real. Kellen Moore got 2 games that he must impress. This weekend, and then the first playoff game. He got to impress. Regardless of what the outcome will be, everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. And I told you guys before, when you're thinking about head coaching somewhere, you got to think about moving on from your state, your city. If you have kids, you got to make sure you enroll them into their school. With your wife, you got to make sure that she's happy with the house you select. There's a lot of things that goes into the details of that. Not just, I'm a head coach for a certain organization now, right? And in that interview, you're preparing. You're selling yourself. You're letting everybody know that, hey, if you pick anybody else, it will be a great big mistake because I'm the solution. These are the things I've done, right? These are my accomplishments. And even if it's a Zoom meeting or it's a face-to-face meeting or if it's just a phone call. Now, I come here to tell you guys, when you are in an interview, it's better to be face-to-face. Those Zoom meetings, those telephone meetings, still rumble in your mind, right? Because you don't get the vibe. You don't get the full feeling. You can feel, hey, it was a great interview. But you can't hide it when it's face-to-face. And that is going to be on that man's mind heading into the playoffs. Now, granted, we got these 2 games, and we want what's best for Kellen Moore. But ultimately, we want what's best for the Cowboys. Let us be selfish. But by him entertaining it causes all type of distraction. Even if the players say, hey, coach, we're proud of you. We like that you have the opportunity. But in the back part of their minds, they're looking at it like, man, we know that he's about getting that paper and that bread. Man, we know he's about moving on. But is he really vested in? Is he really going to coach through the echoes of the whistle, right? Will he be really showcasing everything, or is he holding back? Those are the things that we will have to say to ourselves. That's why I say the NFL need to change the rulings. That's why the NFL really need to get into this thing and say, okay, we know that opportunities are big and massive as it relates to running your organization. But let's not intervene until the end of the 2021 season is done. I know we're in 2022, but that's how the season lapsed. I would say the day after the Super Bowl, fair game. Fair game. Not while the season is still going, and I get it. You got to install plays, you got to install faculty, you got to install so many things. But the off season is long. Why rush it? This is a level of distractions, and I don't want to hear people say, well, no, law is not. No, law is not. Shh. When you interviewing for a position that's way into seven figures, they're going to cross every T and dot every I. Want to know how I know? Because when you interview for a job for six figures, they go into it. They want to check everything. And you got to be sharp. You got to be clear-minded, and you can't make a mistake. We ain't talking about interviewing for McDonald's or Walmart, and I'm not selling or denigrating those jobs. But think about this. This is game-changing. Money, this is game-changing. Legacy, all of those things wrapped up into one. And you got to be sharper than the sharpest guy that's on the other side of the field when you play this game of football, because people know at the end of the day, it's a chess match. And you got to bring forth your best. The moment you slack off 3 to 4 hours, it will show. It will flat out show. And that's the craziest thing about the truth. You know, the lie can travel all around the world. It can visit every door before the truth roll out of the bed. Right? Discipline, hard work, the truth will always come to knocking. It always comes to knocking. And that's how they know where you took the shortcuts. But I got the answer to the test. Yeah, you passed. But what happens when it's time for you to take the test without those cheat notes? The truth began to knock. The lies that caught up with you. And that's what separates people who are good from people that are great. The truth. So, I'm not calling Kellen Moore a liar. No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying, the day you take off, the day you are lacking, focusing in on something, whether it be a task of lineup and assignment, or a certain scheme, or a certain philosophy on how you approach the game, the moment you slip, that's when the opposition take over. That's just the realness right there, Cowboy Nation. I can't tell you any other way. So, shout out to Kellen Moore. I hope all is well. Matter of fact, to be real with you guys, I hope he get a chance and opportunity to get the job. I want everybody on this team to be so laser focused and locked in on the task at hand, and that's winning the Super Bowl. You know the craziest thing of it all? Call me crazy. But when you are committed, you are committed. When you are committed, you are committed. Cowboy Nation, that's just the bottom line. But when you're looking for a better deal, all options are open. You think I'm lying? Fellas, shoot your shot at Beyonce. Let me know what's going to happen. Right? She's committed. She's already taken. So, you guys get what I'm saying, right? There's no rocket science to this. Just to give you guys a little playoff talk, that's why I hope that these last few games revealed that Kellen Moore was just sandbagging, right? There's nothing like going off of an interview and say, hey, watch me do my work. I hope that Kellen Moore was sandbagging us all. I hope he get out there and make it happen this weekend. And then also, even with the cards that he got for this weekend, make it difficult, make it a competitive game. And then let's see what we do in the playoff, Cowboy Nation. Post me your thoughts. Post me your concerns down below. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys.